Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Michelle, and here on my channel I post new budgeting videos every single week. So if that sounds like something you might be interested in, please subscribe so you don't miss when I post a new video. So today's video is what I make in a week as a server. So if you don't know, yes, I am a server. I work in Northern California, and I post new videos every single Wednesday on what I make in a week. So definitely make sure you're subscribed for that, and then I will have the link to the playlist up here. You guys can check that out. But yes, I am a server in Northern California, and here in California I do make minimum wage. I know in some states you only make like $2 an hour. I do make minimum wage hourly. However, I'm taxed on my sales, and here in California minimum wage is like $15 an hour. But yeah, I'm taxed on my sales, so my paycheck is not what it would be if I actually make $15 an hour. So obviously tips are very important. The tips end up being like 90% of my income. But yes, I work 5 days a week. I work Friday through Tuesday. So today is Friday, so it is my Monday. And it's also the second week of July's part 1 budget. So I do bi-weekly budgets here on my channel every single Monday. I will link the playlist to that up here. Check that out as well. And I'm also doing a savings challenge with all my cash tips. Well, not all of them, but whatever I'm not using in my budget, I'm doing that. And I'll link the playlist for that up here. Those are posted every Friday. Okay, so I just ended up filming that whole thing, and right when I was ending the video, I realized my camera was dead. So I had to go watch the video and see where I left off. So yeah, it was a very slow day today. I did about $715 in sales. I should have tipped out the kitchen. We have to tip out the kitchen 1.5% of our sales. I should have tipped them out like $11. I made like no money today, so I did not tip them out today. But yeah, so this is not what I made today. This is what I brought for change from last Tuesday. So I will put that aside. We do server banking at our restaurant, and so we have to bring, well, you don't have to, but I like to so I don't get stranded, bring $100 in change every single day, and then once I get a $100 bill, I will exchange it, and that's what I came in with, so I'll put that away, and then whatever I have left is what I make for the day. At the end, after my deposit and my tip out, that's what I make for the day. But yeah. So this is literally what I made today. It's literally so bad. But I did make $11 more than this. So I took $11 out of my change last night. I went with my mom with a couple of her friends, and we played this game, Bunko. It's a dice game, and we gamble $11. I ended up losing, so I lost my $11. So I only brought $89 in change, and I ended up, trading it out for a $100 bill. So I'm going to just add $11 to this. Also, I ended up making a huge mistake last week when I didn't even realize it until like 1 o'clock today. But I, clock out on my break when I open, and I open on Tuesdays, which was my Friday. Or I clock out on my break before anyone even gets there, because I'm there for hours and it's really slow. And any tables I need to put any tables that I need to put in right away, I'll just use the manager card. And I had 2 to-goes walk in while I was on break, and so I had to take care of that. And I put them under the manager card, and they had paid in cash. So I used what was in my pocket, and I made them change, whatever. And then I was going to transfer them to my number when I got back from break. However, we had an inspection that day, and my boss was like freaking out the entire day, and so I was on break already when he came in freaking out that the place was trashed. And so I started cleaning, and I literally just forgot to transfer them. And today, when one of my coworkers was leaving at like 1 or 1:30, I was the last server on, and she had an orange juice still. She didn't want to void it, and so she wanted to resell it. And so I said, yeah, sure, I'll resell it. And when she went to transfer it to my name, it shows you all of the open checks that are there. And I saw 2 to-goes that looked familiar from last week, and I was like, oh my god, are those my to-goes from last week? And I was so confused. And then I went and I opened up my open checks, and nothing was there. So I was like, maybe it was a glitch in the computer. I started playing around with it, because I'm like, there's no way, that's literally my tables right there, or my to-goes. And if you like go to combine checks, it shows you all of the open checks, and I noticed there was the 2 to-go orders under the manager number, and I remembered, oh my god, I never transferred these back. So because I literally already took the cash, so that would be stealing. So I had to cash them out. I remember paying, I remember them paying in cash. But yeah, I had to take that money, or I had to cash out those, and so that came out of whatever I made today. There was one for $14 and one for $17. So I would have made a little bit more if I didn't make that terrible mistake. I don't know how I did that. We're literally not really supposed to put tickets on the manager card for that reason. However, he doesn't really mind it when I do it because I've never done anything stupid like that. So I don't know if he's gonna let me do it anymore. Hopefully he didn't even notice, but he probably did. But yes, so I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna count it first because I already wrote the number down, because like I said, this is the second time I'm filming this video because my camera battery died. So let's go ahead and count what I have here. 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, $26 right here. So I have $26, but I added the $11 that I took out for change because that should be here too. I just transferred it into $100. I actually forgot to write, took $11 for Bunko because I will not have $37. I'll only have $26. So I need to make sure I log in anytime I take money out of this. Otherwise, it will be very confusing for me. So yeah, I took $11 out. So I calculated it earlier. I would have had $68 total if I didn't have the 2 to-goes that I messed up on last week. But yeah, so $37 is what I took home today. That's absolutely terrible. That's I think it was 3% of my sales, and that should never happen. We're taxed on 10% of our sales. So I pretty much lost money today. Essentially, I'm working for free because yeah, we're taxed on 10%. I made 3%. It's terrible. So, normally these videos I will make change for the next day. Usually $100. Today I don't have $100 to make change, so I'm just gonna do 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and 20. Make sure. 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring that with me tomorrow just so I'm not completely stranded. There should be plenty of people working tomorrow. I come in at 9 o'clock, so I shouldn't have a time in the morning where I don't have any change. The issue is more in the mornings when I open and there's no one else around for me to ask for change. So I'm only bringing $20 with me for change tomorrow. There was something else I was going to say and I forgot. But yeah, so $37 is a record low for me. I think my record low before that was also on a Friday. Fridays are not good days for me usually. Lately they've been a lot better, but normally Fridays just kind of suck. But yeah, my record low before that was 54, and then before that it was 80 something. So anytime I make less than $100, I literally want to cry. $37 for working from 9 to 4 is horrible, especially doing over $700 in sales. Yes, that's a very slow day for me, but $37 is completely unacceptable. Even I calculated it out, even the $68 that I would have made without those mistakes is 9%, and that's still totally not acceptable. So yeah, it was a bad day for everyone, I think, but it's okay. Tomorrow's a new day. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow is actually my son's 2nd birthday, so I want to see if I can leave a little bit early. However, I don't know if I'm going to. One of the girls is going to Vegas right after work, and so I don't really want to ask her to stay late. And another girl is sick, and there's another one that's training. I might ask her to stay late. I'm not really sure yet. I kind of want to stay just to make a little bit more money because this was literally so bad. But it's also my son's 2nd birthday, so I want to be home with him as soon as I can. So I'm not sure yet, but I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I'm home. Today's Saturday. I went into work at 9 o'clock and I got off the floor at like 1:30. Normally I'm the one that stays until 4, but it's my son's birthday, so someone was nice enough to stay late for me. So this is the $20 that I came in with. So many people paid with $100 bills, so normally I don't like to have a $100 bill unless it's the one I exchange for change, but there was no one to break change. So I have 100, 20, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. So 164, my sales were 14, what were they? 1462. What did I say? 20, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. 164. I was hoping for over $200 because yesterday was so bad, but 164 is not too bad. I tipped out the kitchen $22. Let's see, 20% would have been $292. Definitely didn't make that. 10% $146. 11% $160. So I made about 11%. So that's pretty terrible. So let's see. Let's put this back together and let's make my change for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. Let's see. Do I have anything in here? Put this away. Okay. 20, 10, 5. Let's see what I can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. 15, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Okay, well, I'll just bring 90 and then remember that it's not 100. It's just 90. Let's see. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 80, 89, 90. Yeah, so I don't even have $100, just 90. So I'll bring that tomorrow. That is better than nothing. Yeah, tomorrow is Sunday and I am opening, so we will see how tomorrow goes. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so I'm not in my normal location, and that's actually because it's the next day. So yesterday was Sunday, and it was literally such a crazy day yesterday. So I opened, and like I said, I'm going to start opening because the other girl that normally opens quit. Well, the other girl that would be her 6:30 that opened last week, and then I was her 6:30, she's in Vegas. So yeah, he didn't think that through, and so I was literally by myself completely. I didn't even get a host until 8 o'clock, and then the next server came in at 8:30. And when that next server came in at 8:30, I had already done like 1,000 in sales completely by myself. It was crazy. I had, like I tell you guys, there's a big side of the restaurant and the small side. I actually opened on the small side because the other girl normally opens on Sunday because the buster mops the big side first thing in the morning on Sundays. So it was closed down for mopping. So I opened up at the small side, filled the section up completely, and then had people start sitting on the big side because the small side was full. And then I traded over to the big side. But pretty much for the entire time, I had both sides of the restaurant filled. It was crazy. Like I said, I didn't even have a host, which makes it so hard because if you have someone seating you and grabbing your drinks, like things can go so much better. But I think I handled it pretty good. I literally felt so exhausted at like 1:30. I got off the floor. I took my last table at like 1:30, but at like 1 or 1:30, like my body started feeling like it was like giving out. I was like so physically exhausted. And then I got home and my son was sleeping, so that's why I didn't film upstairs because in my bed, I usually film in my room on my little desk up there. But my son was sleeping, so I said I would wait, and then I was just too tired, and I was just like, whatever, I'll just do it. I was going to combine this one with today. Today's Monday. I was going to combine it with today's, but I figured I'll just film it right now before I go to work. But yeah, so I ended up doing about almost $2,500 in sales. It was crazy. Yeah, so I did about 1,000 by 8:30, and then I did about 1,500 between 8:30 and 1:30. So it was a crazy Sunday. We had 6 servers on. We did 3 on the big side, 3 on the small side. Yeah, so someone got in at 8:30. I took over the big side. She took over the small side. And then someone else came in at like 8:45. And then they both were on this, or no. And then she came and split the big side with me. And then that other girl was on the small side. So we were on 2 and 1. And then at 9 o'clock, we got 2 more servers. So then we were on 3 and 3. I know. We were on 3 and 2. And then at 10, we were on 3 and 3. I don't know if you guys care about that. But yeah, I ended up doing like $2,500 in sales. I tip out the kitchen. I think it was $36, which that hurts. And also to add more drama to my day, in the morning, so the way we clock in, you have to be like scheduled on the clock. And if you're not, he keeps like a manager card for like emergency authorizations when he's not there in his office. Well, I go in the office because I was scheduled at 8, like my normal time. He didn't schedule me yet until next week. But I go in his office for the emergency authorization card, and somebody took it home with them last night. Or not last night, but like Friday night or Saturday night, I guess it would have been. Yeah, they accidentally took it home with them. And so I had no card whatsoever. So he had me log into payroll over the phone. I'm on the phone with him. Like, I don't know what to do. I can't clock in until 8 o'clock. I'm by myself. Like, I can't take tables unless I'm on the clock. Like, it's not even that I don't want to work for free, because I can have him adjust it later. But I literally cannot log into the computer to put in any tables and like cash them out or whatever, like without being clocked in to like get in the computer. So like I can't work without being clocked in. And so, yeah, he was talking me through on the phone how to get into payroll, and I had to clock myself in physically through payroll, and I ended up messing it up. So I clocked myself in under the wrong restaurant, I guess. So he said to pick one. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I heard him wrong. So I picked one, and there was 2 that said restaurant, so I just picked one. But I guess that one said restaurant.com or something. I have no idea. But that was the wrong one. So I messed it up. And the first like few tables before he got here, he got there, I want to say maybe like 6:30. And so I got my first table at 6. So the first couple tables, I was doing it, and like the computer system looked different. I couldn't do modifications like normal. So it was like really confusing. I was like, I don't know what I did wrong. And then he fixed it around like maybe almost 7 o'clock at that point, because we got busy. And so I didn't have time to fix it. So I had 3 open checks at the time. And then I had a couple of tables that I had to put in. And so he had me clock out on break, and then clocked me right back in. And it actually did reset it, and so I was on the right one. But then those 3 tickets like completely went missing. And everything before that, I don't think even like counted to it. So I probably did more than $2,500 in sales, because my morning, I don't think was even counted to it. But anyway, yeah, those 3 checks went missing. And so I had to re-ring them in, and they still showed, like it still showed like on the entire system that we had those 3 open checks, but we couldn't find them anywhere. It was like this huge ordeal, like clocking out. I had to have him like contact like his boss, and like we had to go through all this computer stuff, and I didn't have my normal server checkout. Like it was this huge deal. So I mean, obviously it wasn't my fault. It wasn't like really anyone's fault. It was kind of like everyone's fault. I didn't know what I was doing. He knew I didn't know what I was doing and still let me do it. So like he wasn't mad at me. It was just a frustrating situation. But yeah, so clocking out was a huge ordeal, because you can't clock out with open checks. And I went to open checks. It showed nothing, but I went to clock out and do my server checkout, and it says I have these 3 open checks somewhere. So it was like really frustrating to figure out what to do. Anyway, long story short, he ended up getting like this copy of my deposit, what we believe to be my deposit, and it was $705. So that leaves me with this. Well, this is what I brought in for change, but that leaves me with this. And for my sales, this is not what I should have made. But then I did another, after we kind of like got rid of those checks. I was able to do a server checkout, But when it printed it out, it said my sales were only $200, like $280. And then my deposit was $590. So obviously that doesn't add up. And Roger and I were trying to figure it out. And my credit card tips on that one were $114. And he was kind of like doing the math in his head. And he's like thinking, why does that say $590 when the other one he printed out says $704, $705? And like, it just didn't make any sense. And so Roger was like, well, that's probably your cash that you have. That's probably not including your credit card tips, because if you take that $704 and minus my $114 credit card tips, my deposit would have been around $590. And so that would have made sense. So I should have made like $114 more. But my boss, you know, obviously he doesn't want to like mess up. And so he said, we'll just keep what I have now. We'll keep the $704 deposit, and then he'll see if he goes over at all. And then, because I guess the computers restart at like 4 o'clock in the morning. So this morning when I go in, he's going to kind of see if he went over, and we'll try to figure it out from there. So for right now, this is what I made. I hope I made that extra $114, because honestly, for my sales, like I said, like I should have made way more. Like this is still a decent amount, but yeah, I should have made way more. Anyway, yeah, this is what I brought in for change. I always trade out my change for a $100 bill from Saturday. So let me put that away, and we'll go ahead and go over what I made for yesterday, which was Sunday. So I got 20, sorry, I'm on my phone right now in my kitchen, so my angle is a little bit off, so sorry about that. So I got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. So I made 257 that I know of. Let's put this aside and write that down. So yeah, I'm just going to write 257 right now and say that's what I made. But yeah, so 257 is a good amount, but if I did like $2,500 in sales, that's literally like, I don't even know if that's 10%. I'm on my phone right now, which is what I use for my calculator. So I can't even calculate that out, but yeah, it's kind of terrible. I should have made like 20% would have been like $500. So I should have made a lot more money. And I worked so freaking hard yesterday. Like I worked my booty off. And I feel like I deserve more, honestly. Like, I worked so hard. I don't think, if any of you guys are servers, I want to know if you know how freaking hard it is to do $1,000 in sales 100% alone. Like, I had no host, no server. I had a busser, but, like, he barely did anything because he still has to do his stuff in the morning. And that's why I kind of just switched sides. All my tables were dirty, so I was like, whatever, I'm just going to switch sides. But it was so freaking hard. And it was exhausting. So yeah, that is how my day went. Again, I hope I have an extra $114. I will find out when I come home today. He's gonna hopefully figure it out. Hopefully there's more, but I don't know. I don't want to get my hopes up. So I'm just gonna say I made 257. Today is Monday. I'm opening again, and so yeah, we'll see how I do today. I hope it's busy. I want to make good money, but also like I'm still pretty exhausted from yesterday. But yeah, I will see you guys when I get home, and we'll see what I did for today, and I'll update you about what happened yesterday. Okay, so today is actually Tuesday. So today's my Friday, so I did not come back on yesterday. I just really didn't feel like setting this up to film it, to be completely honest. So like I said, let's go ahead and open this up. So like I said, for Sunday, there was that little like fiasco, and I was gonna wait until Monday morning to see if like the computer systems like updated and there was any changes, and he said no, there wasn't. So I'm just gonna take it. I honestly think I did make more than this. I think that I'm missing like $114, but I don't know. It is what it is. There's no way to prove it, so I'm just gonna leave it how it is right now. There's nothing I can do about it. But yesterday, honestly, I don't remember what my sales were. And I'm trying to remember. I think I did about, I want to say I did like 900 in sales. Like, it was really, really slow until I opened. So, I opened, so I got there at like 5:45. It was really slow until 10:30 we started to pick up. And I left at, I want to say like 1:30 or 2. So from like 10:30 to like, we'll say 1:30, it was pretty steady. I split the big side with another girl. And so, yeah. So this is what I made yesterday. So I did already trade this out for $100. I needed it for change. But yeah, I think I did about 900 in sales. My tip out would have been like $17, I believe it was. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, so I made 100, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I made 125 yesterday. 125. And then today, so I'm going to put that aside for right now. Today is my Friday. I opened again today. And, yeah, so normally on Tuesdays, there's 3 servers on the floor. I split the big side with the other girl. And the other girl will take the small side by herself. But that other girl that takes the small side by herself has quit. And so, we actually have a new girl. She's actually doing really good. So, like, she handled herself really well. She has a lot of serving experience. But she's new to us. So, yeah, we had a new girl, in place of her. And so, we had the other girl that I usually split the big side with, and the new girl split the big side together, and then I took the small side by myself because, honestly, I'm the only one that could have handled the small side by myself. She's still new, and the other girl's very pregnant and moves very slow. So, yeah, I took the small side by myself. I did about $1,500 in sales. My morning was pretty much the same. It was very slow until about like 10 or 10:30, and then it started to pick up. And yeah, I got off the floor at like 1. What time is it right now? It's 1:30 right now. I think I got off the floor at like 1. But yeah, let's see what I did. I did about $1,500 in sales. My tip out was $23. Okay, so I haven't even looked at this yet, so I have literally no idea what I made. So I got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. So 181. Not too bad. 1,500. 181. Let's see what I should have made. I don't know if you guys care about this part, but I think it's kind of interesting to look at. So I did about 15. Oh, I erased it. I'll just say 1,500. It was like 1,530, I think. So 20% would have been $300. So that's what I should have made. Did not. 10% was 150. So I'll do 12%, 180. So I made it just about 12% today. So not great, not horrible, but obviously could have been a lot better. Let's go ahead and add this up, see what I made for the week. Let's do 37 plus 164 plus 257 plus 125 plus 181. So I only made about $764 for the week, which is not great. I try not to make less than 700. Obviously, it happens sometimes. Like on Friday, my day was terrible. Yeah, I try to average around. Okay, so I'm super sad. I did all of this stuff, and I went to go stop the camera, and I realized my SD card was full. So I had to go back and watch to see where I left off. So yeah, I was saying how I try to average about $700. Doesn't always happen, but yes. So $766, that's more than $700, so I'm happy with that. I wish it was more, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I went through and I need $1,100. My check's usually $700, so I budget $1,100 cash. I had $700 from last week. Normally it's $600. However, I was planning on putting more, but because I didn't have the greatest week, I'm just going to do my normal $1,100. So I only needed to deposit $400 from this week into my budget. So that means I get to save $366 for my cash stuffing savings challenge. So if you don't know, every single Friday I do cash stuffing videos for my 300 envelope savings challenge. I'll have the playlist linked up here. You can check it out. That's going to be the next video that I post. I'm going to be filming it right after this one. But yes, so $766 for the week. It is the end of a pay period, so I'm going to be going over all of this with you guys. Total tips for the 2-week period, I made $1,730 just in cash, or just tips. Total I saved in this 2-week period, $630. Total I'm depositing into my budget is $1,100. I don't know my paycheck yet, so next week I will be going over that with you once I get my paycheck on Friday, which is my Monday. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.